Hey everyone, this is Justin with Two Stall Garage. Thanks for hanging out today. We're gonna find out how big of a difference wheel bearings make for cab noise. Let's get started. Well, here we are in a familiar place right by the highway again. This Jeep Liberty has needed new wheel bearings and hubs for quite some time now. So I'm just gonna take us down the road. You guys be the judge. Let me know if you think we need them replaced. It is very loud in my opinion. You can start to really hear them. There's 55. I'm just gonna set the cruise right here at 65. There is a lot of noise right now in the cab. All right, we're gonna turn around, and when we go back the other way, we're gonna turn on the dB meter to see just how loud it is in here. I'm gonna ask Moose if he'd be willing to remain silent for the duration of the test. So here's what we got right now. It says safe level, running between 50 and 69. Just hit 71 there when I'm talking. We'll go down the road. We'll see what the minimum and what the max and what the average is. So I'm gonna stop this. And when I hit go, it's gonna reset, and I'm gonna be quiet, and we're gonna see how high it gets. Turned on the gravel road again. So it looks like it hit about 82. I'll have to check the average once I get to the shop. Stay tuned, be right back. Okay, we're back in the shop, but I accidentally cleared the average out. So we're gonna just say it was running between 80 and 82 down that whole stretch of highway. Let's get started. Let's replace these hubs and wheel bearings. For these rims or wheels, whatever you want to call them, you got to have this special tool. And I don't want to scratch up the inside of the rims, so I just wrap the tool in electrical tape. Should work really good. If it starts wearing out, take it off and put it back on. We're just going to loosen these up before we put it on jack stands. Here we are on the other side. This electrical tape holds up nicely. Ciao, buddy. Sometimes you got these little rings that go on the back of your wheels / rims. So if that's still on the hub, make sure you take it off. Actually, it was on the kind of on the rotor. These hubs have the ABS sensors right in them, so we're going to disconnect the battery. Pins come out. This Pay attention because your bottom pin is shorter than your top pin. This is bottom, this is top. Back here for your bracket, you got a 22. Wow, that is tight. Crazy. There we go. Don't forget to grab your bracket before they fall off. Brake pads are still good. This rotor's still good. So we're gonna put these back on for now. Take note of how these go on. Make sure we put some lubricant in those. Let's get our rotor off. And there it is, there's the hub. What we need to do is remove these 3 bolts right here. They're a little harder than one would think, especially when this came from a state that has rust problems before it came here. It is a little challenging. So 11 mil for these. You ready? They are so tight. Wow. All right, here's where we're at. We're taking out the ABS sensor screw. We got to heat this up because this bolt's going to come loose. These other 2 are not wanting to move. So let's keep moving forward. You can see how tight these are on there. They do not want to come out, do they? There we had some movement. Wowzers. Well, that was totally rusted in there. That could be the sensor that's not working. The other one on the other side didn't have this issue. I was able to remove it with no problem. All right, so good news after heating this thing up to a warm climate. It is slowly turning, and I don't think we're gonna strip it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there we go. I'm gonna get that out and then I'll be back on camera. Okay, we got that bolt out. Now we're gonna go ahead and get the next one out. That'll be 2 of 3. I'll show you this bolt. The other one is very hot. Once these come loose, they are quite loose. But to get them out, I think my biggest catch is I am missing a 12.11 millimeter socket, and that's the problem. So if you're gonna do this, that's a heads up for you. I'm gonna have to get new bolts in town, I'm sure, but we'll see if we can salvage most of these. There we go. All right, now for the toughest one on this side. Here we go, don't touch it. Don't even look at it. Oh, it's turning. We are good, here it goes. Just like that. I can tell this bolt is shot. You can see the wrench moving around. We're not quite on it straight. It's okay, let's just get it out of here. Well, that's good news. I thought we might have to take off the whole knuckle. And although we're gonna put some new tie rod ends on this and joints, that type of stuff eventually. Today's not the day. There it is. Smoking hot. Now for this, we're going to use our slide hammer puller set. Pick this up off of Amazon. I think that's where we got it from. I think it was about $30 to $45, something like that. There we go, that should be fine. Let's grab our lug nuts. You don't have to over tighten these, just make sure they're on there. You're gonna take your slide hammer. We're gonna try to pull this off. We got our two jack stands underneath, but most we don't want you under there. And we're hoping the whole hub and the bearing come off at the same time. If not, it's not a big deal, but that's kind of what we're going for. We've already got the ABS sensor cord detached, and we've got a new one with our new hub and bearing. As you can see, it's coming from right over here. Opening up, the heat probably helps the process. And there we go. And here it is. The nice thing about these Jeeps is the bearings and the hubs come in one assembly. So how cool is that? Makes it much simpler. And these things are still hot, so there you go. Thank you for your service. This is what we're left with. Threads look good. I've got to run, got to pick up the family. I'll be back later on today. We will continue replacing this. We got to clean this up, and then we're going to hit the other side up, and we'll go see how much cab noise we have compared to before. See you in just a moment. Well, I'm back, but it's the next day, so good morning to everybody. Let's go ahead and get the other bearing off. Once we got them both off, we're going to clean up the surfaces, and we'll put our new hubs and bearings on. There we go. We're not going to touch that, but I will let you try to listen to this one. This was one off the passenger side. Pretty grindy. Okay, here we go. We're going to grab our parts. Well, here's a SKU. I'm going to list everything in the description. You'll be able to see what we're putting on, but it's a WJB Automotive brand. And these are side specific, so make sure you pay attention to that. So here's our ABS sensor cord. Here's our new ABS sensor. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the ABS cord off of this side here. Probably put you up there so you can see it. And once that's done, we're going to start putting stuff back together. You just got some clips that hold these together. Probably just grab a screwdriver. All right, so it's starting to come up here. You got a few catches on this thing, so just kind of slowly work it. Take a look down below if you need to. You can see where it's catching on your rubber grommets. You might also come across a couple little clips like this. You get new ones with your new hub and your harness, but I just keep them just in case they break. You can always use them again if you need to, or you can toss them out. It's up to you. And there's the passenger side. So here we got both of our cords for the ABS sensors. All right, now we're gonna take our brush. It's gonna clean out the inside of this. Make sure we can sit nice and flush. Okay, we've got all the surface area cleaned up. We've got our new hub, new bearing combo. Let's go ahead and install it. We got our new bolts right here. We got 2 3-packs, since there's 3 on each side. 06503088, and I'll go ahead and put this in the description as well. Much nicer. Okay, the threads are started in each one of these, so we'll go ahead and just tighten them up now. We'll go ahead and put our axle mount on. Do we have the socket over here? I don't. Okay. So you're gonna be just like this. Here's your squeaky dealer bobber. Here's our other pad. You can actually see this one went against the cylinder. Flip it around. These are dirty and need to be cleaned up. We are gonna put them in for now, but they're getting cleaned up very soon. Caliper bracket. Bolts have medium thread locker on them. Sorry if you can't see. Grab your 21mm socket. All right, caliper time. Let's put our brake caliper pins in. Short one on the bottom, long one on the top. Push these all the way in. Make sure they back up after you put them in. They don't have to back up a lot, but you got to show signs of movement after you put them in. Sometimes you really got to work at them, get them cleaned out properly. All right, let's go ahead and get this axle nut torqued down 100 foot-pounds. There we go, 100 foot-pounds. Okay, we're in the last stages. Let's go ahead and run our cable for our ABS sensor up. We're on the passenger side right now. So it's already paying off that I saved these clips because I just put an old one on. And much better. The other ones are too small. This one might work for this part of the line right here. We'll see. I don't think so. So definitely save your clips. Okay, we got everything hooked up. You can see we run up here. We run up the brake line. We come over the bump stop, up and through. And then right down in here is your connecting point. Taking a look on the driver's side, same thing. Coming up from the hub, here's the actual connection that's supposed to be here. Get another clip right here. Right here is we run up the brake line, run over the bump stop, in through. And we actually come out just right down here. You probably can't see it, but it's right here. Just about touching it there. So with that part done, let's go ahead and get our tires on. We'll torque everything down. We're going to take it out for a test drive and see how much we reduce the cab noise. Not to mention, not going to feel all that grinding up front. It's kind of ironic, I was talking about saving the clips and we ended up using the clips that were on the previous cables. Before I throw those old cables away, I'm going to take all the clips off of them and I will just store them in a general clip bin, and we might need them someday. Okay, with that said, I'm super anxious to take this out, so I'm not going to clean up the tools until we get back. So let's see if it takes care of the brake light, see if it takes care of the ABS light, we'll see if it takes care of the TPMS light, and we'll see how quiet the ride is now. So let's go for it. One of the first things we're looking for is the brake light, TPMS light, and ABS light to go off. See what happens. There's about 800 flies in the garage and probably about a good 50, it seems like, in the Jeep. Maybe not quite that much. I'm going to meet you guys down at the highway and we'll take it from there. There's a lot of wind noise today. Right there. Let's see what we're going to run at. Well, we can see from running the road test, we went from about 81, 82 decibels down to about 74, 75. So that's good. I can tell it rides quite a bit quieter. See how it does on a day where we're not bucking the wind. As far as the ABS, TPMS, and brake light, those are still on solid. We're still not counting miles. We We did replace the speed sensor in the back on the rear differential, so that can't be the issue, in my opinion. So, still got a lot more to dig into. If you got a CRD, don't give up on it. If you got any other vehicle, car, truck, and you like it, don't give up on it. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Join the Two Stall Garage family. We'd love to have you along. I'd love for these flies to be out of the vehicle as well. Sometimes you just don't get what you want. Head on over to our Facebook page. It's at Two Stall Garage. We're on Instagram at Two Stall Garage LLC. I'm going to get out of here for today. Have a wonderful day. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye.